Hey guys, Faye here, and I have my daughter Kitten, who is my little pagan in training.
Hi.
We are here today to show you how to make a God's eye. Now, most of us have made these as children, but most people don't know what it was actually for. Now, what the God's eye is, it is a magical spiritual tool made by weaving yarn onto a cross. It is the all-seeing eye, thought to have power to see and understand things that the physical eye cannot. It is a Spanish, primarily Mexican tradition. When a child is born, the father starts a God's eye. He creates the initial eye of it and then adds an additional eye each year until the child turns 5. So today we are going to show you how to make them. Now what you're going to need some sticks. Got our little sticks here and yarn, just regular yarn, whatever colors you would like. So we are going to show you how to make these. All right, so here we go. Now, we've picked out our initial colors. I'm going to start with green.
I'm going to start with pink.
What we're going to do is we're going to lay our yarn down. A nice strand there. You're going to take your 2 sticks and you're going to crisscross them like that. You're going to want to tie them. You want to get a nice solid cross here, nice and even. So you're going to tie that center there. Get a good knot. You want to keep it a little loose because you have to readjust it. So after you get your nice even cross there, you're going to loop it around the other side. Went the wrong way there. So you're going to loop it around the other side and you're going to tie it again. Like I said, keep it loose because you're going to want to shift here. Make sure you've got a nice solid cross. And then hold on to your piece of yarn. You're going to just tighten that up a little because you want a good stable foundation for your craft. So just kind of loop it over and over again. So get it nice and tight. And then your front will look like that. As you can see, we've got kittens here already started. And now what you're going to do from there, you're going to go around in a circle. So you're weaving it. So let me show you from the other side. Go over and around. You want to keep it nice and tight. You want to make sure you're going next to the previous piece of yarn because you want to look nice and solid there. So you're going to go around. Just like that. It's nice and easy. Then you see you've got a nice start to your God's eye here. So you want to make sure you go next to that piece of yarn, like I said, because if you, and you want to hide that as well, but I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. So you want to go next to the piece of yarn, because if you go over top it, you're going to have some heavy layers there. It's not going to be as smooth. So back and around. Back and around. So you're going to keep doing that until you get the initial eye. And now the way you hide that piece of yarn, I'm going to stiffen that up back here because this is the back of my God's eye. Stiffen that up, and then as I'm going around, I'm going to cover it. So I'm going to loop over that piece of yarn. So we're going to keep going back and around, back and around. And now you see how that's starting to look like an eye. You got the back, you can see your weaving, and then the front looks like a nice solid eye. And now this is Kitten's first time making a God's eye as well. So You guys are not the only ones learning this today. You always want to go in the same direction. So, see how I'm coming from this one here, and I want to wrap around. Now hold it like this so you can get a little better of a view. This is the back of my God's eye. You want to make sure it's nice and tight. So I'm just looping over from the left around to the right and then to the next side. And if Kitten here wants to show, here's my eye so far. She's got a nice beautiful one going here. All right, so we have our initial eyes here, as you can see. Pretty little eyes. Yep. And now what we're gonna do, we wanna hold on to this piece. So hold on to the piece that you're about to cut. So you want to set it down, just stick your finger down on there, preferably of your non-dominant hand because you're going to have to cut it as well. So you're going to take your scissors, you're going to make a little snippet there, but you want to leave enough room to be able to tie the next color in. All right.
Like that. And you have to, just a little strand.
Correct. And you want to hold on to it. You don't want to unravel what you've already done. Now you're going to take your next color, and you're just going to tie it right to it. Just tie them together, nice tight little knot. If you have a little excess string, that's all right. You just cut it right off. All right. Just got a nice tight little knot there. All right. So now you want to leave a little bit of a tail. You don't want it to unravel, and you want to be able to hide it. So I'd leave about, say, a ½ inch or so. Well, maybe about 3/4 of an inch there. So about like that. You want to make sure you have it tied nice and tight so it doesn't unravel. And then what you're going to do, you're going to continue with the same thing you were doing before. Just the up and over, but you want to make sure that you have this little tail here that you just made, this little combination, you want to make sure that's in the back. So if you have to pull tighter or leave a little looser.
Mine's not all the way there, but it's almost all the way.
Right, but what she can do is she can pull a little tighter. See, so now it's right there in the back because we pulled a little tighter.
Yeah.
So we're going to go back to what we were just doing. Make sure that's in the back there. So we're going to do the same thing. And as you can see, it's adding a new shade to your God's eye. It's adding a new color there. Now when you get back to that initial one, sometimes it can be a little tricky. You want to keep that even tone. You want to make sure you have it nice and sturdy. And then you're going to do just like you did in the beginning. You're going to wrap around that thread there. So you want to make sure that you have it covered once we're done. So we're going to keep going. You can see you've got that nice two-tone going there. As you can see, Kitty's there. All right, so as you can see, I've got my nice two tones here ready to add on that third one. Miss Kitten over here is attaching her next color. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and do what I did before. Flip it over, and your backside should look like this. Should have nice crease. Now sometimes you'll get an overlap, and that means you went the wrong way. So just reverse it and turn back around and go the other way. That just means that you accidentally shifted directions. We've all done it. Heck, I did it today. So, so you want it to look like this, and it'll look like this on the other side. So same as before, you're going to hold on to that real quick. I'm going to cut myself a little longer of a string here. Last time I got into a little fight with it. Then I'm going to take my silver.
I'm doing a dark purple.
Kitten's doing a dark purple there. She already got started without me here. Tie that together. I like to bring it closer to the sticks because it makes it a little easier to hide it in the back there. Cut that off. A little snip, snip. All right, so again, I'm just going to go right back on to what we were doing. So flip that around, go on to the next.
And I'd say that this is actually really good craft for little kids because it's an easy craft, but it's actually really fun.
They are. It's kind of mesmerizing. It's like you get into that meditative state. Basically, what I do is once I covered up my little tail there, I complete my God's eye.
And this is mine.
All right. So what I do at the end, this right here, I've got the longer piece right there. So I'm going to give myself a little longer of a bit. So I want to have a little more space so that I can make a good knot at the end, and I can also make my hoop to hang it up. So we're at the end here. So here's my piece. You want to take it, you want to loosen this piece right here, just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. You want to loop through. You want to knot it, but you want to keep it loose so that you tighten that back up and then tie it. And then you're going to do that a couple of times just so that you have a nice knot. So then you're going to want to fluff it up a bit. You want to make sure that you've got good solid area here. You don't want to have any holes, any indentations, no spaces. So fluff that out a little bit. And then you're going to take this piece that you have left. You're going to tie a little here. You want to keep that hoop because you're going to want to hang it. So I like to pull it up a little. And then you're going to tie it again. And this way, you can hang it up. Now you want to obviously cut off that little end here. So cut that off. Nice, beautiful God's eye here. So there we go. And now you know how to make a God's eye. All right, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. As always, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and feel free and leave them in the comment section. You can share and subscribe if you would like. And Merry part and blessed be.